Have you ever answered your phone and all you hear is silence? No voice, no message. Then the call drops. Most people think, oh, it was nothing. But that silence is not an accident, and it may have already put your number on a list. Scammers don't need to talk yet. They're gathering information, testing who answers, and marking active lines. Today, I'll explain what that silence really means, why it's more dangerous than an obvious scam call, and what you can do to protect yourself immediately. Welcome back to TrustArmor, the channel dedicated to helping people, especially seniors, families, and caregivers, stay safe from scams, fraud, and financial traps, especially the kinds that don't look obvious at first. If you've ever answered your phone only to hear silence, you might have shrugged it off thinking, it's just a wrong number, or nothing to worry about. But the truth is, those silent calls are often intentional, and understanding why can make all the difference in keeping yourself and your information safe. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why scammers use silent calls, what they're testing when you pick up, and why silence is often just step one in a larger scam strategy, not the end. Most importantly, you'll learn simple, practical steps you can take immediately to protect yourself from becoming a target. This isn't about fear, and it's not about shaming anyone who has answered one of these calls. It's about giving you clarity and confidence so you can recognize patterns, understand the tactics at play, and make safer decisions in real time. So stay tuned, because once you understand what's really happening during those silent calls, you'll see why they're more dangerous than even the most obvious scam call, and what you can do right now to stop them from escalating. Many people who answer silent calls immediately assume it was nothing. Common thoughts include, it was just a wrong number, a robocall glitch, or it's probably just spam. It's easy to shrug these calls off because there's no voice, no message, no obvious scam, so our natural reaction is to think, no harm done. But here's the truth, silence is often intentional, not accidental. Scammers have systems designed to collect information quietly, and your number is valuable to them even if you never speak. That silent call you answered? It's part of a strategy, a methodical system to test lines, verify which numbers are active, and figure out who might respond in the future. Think of it like knocking on doors to see who's home. The person at the door doesn't start a conversation yet. They just observe, gather information, and make a note of which houses respond. Scammers do the same thing with your phone. They don't need to talk yet. They just need to know someone answered. The moment you pick up, even if you don't say a word, your number is logged as active and potentially valuable. That's why you often notice repeated calls or patterns of silent calls at certain times. It's not random. It's calculated. Understanding this changes everything about how you respond. It's no longer just a wrong number. It's part of a system designed to evaluate whether your number is worth targeting. And it's exactly why experts recommend never engaging with silent calls. By realizing that silence is a signal, not an error, you start to see these calls for what they really are, and that awareness is your first line of defense. When it comes to silent calls, it helps to understand what's actually happening behind the scenes. There are three main systems at work: auto dialers, human verification checks, and data collection. Each plays a key role in why scammers are so effective, even when nothing is said on the call. Auto dialers. Most silent calls are generated by automated software called auto dialers. These systems can call thousands of numbers at once, non-stop. Their goal isn't to sell anything or deliver a message right away. Instead, they're waiting for one thing, a human voice. The moment a line is picked up, it's flagged as active and ready for the next stage. Even if you stay silent or hang up quickly, the system registers that someone answered, and that number becomes valuable. 2. Human verification checks. After the auto dialer identifies an active line, some calls are forwarded for human verification. A real person may listen in or monitor the system to confirm that the number is active, that a real person answers, that the line isn't blocked by call filters or screening tools. This step ensures scammers aren't wasting effort on disconnected lines or answering machines. Your response, or even just picking up, can influence whether your number is targeted more aggressively in the future. 3. Data collection. Finally, every answered call generates data. Scammers log details such as the exact time you answered, whether you spoke or stayed silent, how long you remained on the line. This data helps them refine their approach, optimize calling times, and increase the likelihood of a successful scam later. Here's the key takeaway. Silence doesn't mean safety. It means evaluation. That call that seemed harmless or random, it was testing you, your line, and your behavior. Understanding these three systems gives you an advantage. Once you know what's happening during a silent call, you can respond confidently and avoid giving scammers the information they're trying to collect. When we think about scam calls, the ones where someone actually talks often feel more threatening. You hear a fake IRS agent, a grandchild in trouble, or a bank warning, and it's easy to recognize that something isn't right. You can hang up, block the number, or even report it. Silent calls, however, are far more dangerous, and here's why. At first, they feel harmless. There's no voice, no pressure, no threat. Because of this, our natural defenses drop. We might pick up again out of curiosity or simply to see if it happens a second time. There's no urgent situation, so we stay relaxed, but that's exactly what scammers rely on. Another key difference: silent calls leave no memory trigger. You don't experience fear, anger, or suspicion, so you're less likely to remember the call or report it. That makes it easier for scammers to track patterns, note who answers, and share that information among networks. Here's the crucial insight. Once your number is marked as responsive, it can be shared or sold, increasing the frequency of calls you receive. That's why many people notice a sudden surge of calls after answering a single, silent call. This explains the experience we hear so often. I answered once, and now the calls won't stop. It's not coincidence. It's the system in action. The moment you answer, even without speaking, you've signaled that your number is active and worth targeting. Understanding this makes silent calls far more serious than talking scams. Recognizing the risk is the first step toward protecting yourself and taking control before the calls escalate. It's important to approach this topic with care and respect. Seniors are often the focus of silent scam calls, and it's not because of a lack of intelligence or awareness. In fact, many seniors are extremely sharp, but there are habits and experiences that scammers know can be exploited. For example, seniors are more likely to answer unknown calls, often out of curiosity or habit. They are polite, and that politeness can lead them to stay on the line longer than younger generations might. They may wait silently, hoping someone will speak, or simply to see what the call is about. These behaviors are completely normal, especially for people who grew up in a time when answering the phone was expected, and unknown calls were rarely threats. It's not a flaw, it's a habit formed in a different phone era. Here's the key point. Scammers aren't attacking weakness, they're exploiting courtesy. They know that a simple act of politeness can signal a responsive line. That single answered call can place a number into a network, increasing the likelihood of repeat calls and more aggressive targeting. Understanding this reframes the situation. It's not about blame, it's about awareness. Recognizing why seniors are targeted helps you see the calls for what they are, and it empowers you to respond in ways that protect your time, your privacy, and your peace of mind. When you receive a silent call, it's natural to feel uncertain. You might wonder if someone will speak, or if you need to do something to see who's on the line. But there are a few important things you should never do. Don't say hello repeatedly. Even a simple verbal response tells the system that a real person is there. That's exactly the confirmation scammers are looking for. Don't press any buttons. Some calls prompt you to press 1 to stop calls, or press 2 to speak to an operator. Pressing any key can flag your number as responsive, making it more valuable to scammers. Don't wait to see if someone speaks. Silence is intentional. The longer you stay on the line, the more information the system collects. How long the call lasts, whether a human answers, and how you react. Don't call back. Even if the number looks legitimate, it could be a spoofed toll-free line. Returning the call signals that your line is active and that you engage with unknown contacts. Here's the key takeaway. Any interaction, even silence on your part, can still register as engagement. The best strategy is simple. Hang up immediately and treat the number as potentially unsafe. By doing nothing, you protect your line and reduce the chance of becoming a repeated target. If you've already answered a silent call, don't panic. The first thing to remember is that answering once does not mean you've been scammed. What matters now is how you respond. Step 1. Hang up immediately. Do not wait to see if someone speaks, and do not say anything. Any interaction gives scammers information, so cutting the call short protects your number. Step 2. Do not press any buttons. Prompts on the call, like press 1 to stop calls or press 2 to speak to an operator, are traps. Responding in any way can mark your number as active. Step 3. Block the number on your phone. Both iPhone and Android devices allow you to block specific numbers. This simple step reduces repeat calls from that line. Step 4. Enable call filtering. Many carriers offer spam filtering or call blocking tools. You can also use built-in phone settings to silence unknown or suspected spam calls. Finally, take a deep breath. Changing your behavior now matters. By following these calm, practical steps, you regain control and minimize future risk. Remember, scammers are counting on hesitation, curiosity, or politeness. When you act decisively and calmly, you remove the advantage they rely on. Let's make this simple and easy to remember. I call it the silent call rule. Whenever you answer the phone and hear silence, remember, silence is a test. It's not a mistake, it's not harmless, and it doesn't deserve your attention. Scammers are checking if your number is active, if someone picks up, and how long you stay on the line. Here's the rule in action. Hang up immediately. Do not wait, do not speak, and do not press any buttons. By ending the call quickly, you prevent your number from being flagged as responsive and reduce the chance of repeat calls. Repeat it with me slowly. The silent call rule. Silence equals test. Tests don't deserve answers. Hang up immediately. Make it a habit. Mentally save this rule so that the next time a silent call comes through, you don't hesitate. It's quick, easy, and gives you control over your phone line. This simple rule is all it takes to protect yourself from a lot of silent call scams. Remember, scammers are counting on curiosity, politeness, or hesitation. With the silent call rule, you take that advantage away from them. Keep this rule in mind. It's short, clear, and powerful. The kind of rule that can prevent frustration, repeated calls, and even potential scams. Let's do a quick recap. Silent calls are never accidental. They are intentional, designed to test whether your number is active and if someone will pick up. Every time you answer, even without speaking, your number can be flagged for future scam attempts. The best protection? Hang up immediately. If this video helped you understand what's really happening with silent calls, like this video, it lets us know we're providing useful guidance. For more calm, practical scam protection, subscribe to TrustArmor. Every video is made to help people stay safe from phone, text, email, and online scams without fear or confusion. And don't forget to share this with a senior or caregiver you care about. In the next video, I'll explain exactly what happens when someone presses a button on a scam call and why scammers love it. You won't want to miss it.